Hello everyone, this is Chris, and while walking around the shopping district a couple weeks ago, I noticed, this thing. Cosmics of the Season. And I guess what this basically is sort of a challenge to see who could do the best, certain amount of, things on the realm. And you know, I play, on Cosmic quite a bit, so I figure I have a decent chance at some of these. Most emeralds collected? I mean, I definitely have at least a few in here. Most diamonds collected? I mean, once again, so far I'm not doing too incredibly bad. I do have a decent amount of diamond blocks. And plenty of my shops seem to be at least a, pretty consistent source of diamonds. Best base builds is one I think I have the most shot at, so even though we don't have a finished base, I think we are on the right track of winning this one. And lastly, most netherite gathered. Now, if you remember back in episode 2, I did deem myself the netherite king, and since then I have done a smidge bit of netherite mining here and there, but I think right now 10 netherite blocks along with 8 ingots isn't quite going to get me to the levels I'm going to need to be to win this one. I shall explain why in just a little bit, but I figured today let's try working on every single one of these little things, just so we have at least a small chance of winning one of these Cosmics of the Season things. And I think one of the first ones I'm going to work on is that netherite one. And I guess if we start with netherite, we better talk about how I am not currently leading this this netherite race, because a whole group of I think about 3 or 4 other people decide to group up and make an entire underground nether mining strip of ancient debris mines. And yeah, every single one of these little tunnels right here is for mining out ancient debris. And I'm not exactly sure if they go out too far. I don't know if they go out just a little bit, but yeah. Showing this, makes me feel like I am not quite ahead anymore. But hopefully soon I will, regain my lead. But before we do that, we need to gather up some sand and gunpowder to make a whole bunch of TNT. Now, yes, I know the bed trick is a little bit more common in usage, but I think, first off, I did do the bed trick back in episode 2, and also I feel like the TNT trick might be a smidge more efficient, mainly because you can carry so much more TNT than you can beds, because obviously TNT can stack and beds cannot, so I might as well at least try out the TNT method. Now that we have one ingredient for TNT, let's try and get the other by AFKing at the creeper farm right now, and so far we're doing all right, but I think we are going to need quite a bit more if we're going to get the amount of TNT necessary to regain my title as the netherite king. Now, I can't say for certain as to how long I've been AFK for, but I think I've been AFK for maybe about 2 full IRL days or something like that. So okay, well, I think we have enough gunpowder now. So now all we gotta do is just throw the ingredients together and then make ourselves as much TNT as we can. Now, I can't tell if this is enough TNT for what I want to do, but you know what, it'll do the job for now. So now we just need to find a good place to go debris mining. Was not expecting to find a fortress today. I guess while we're here, we could do a little bit of a fortress exploration. Anyway, slight distractions aside, let's keep looking for a good spot to go netherite mining. Oh, did you see me there? I almost I lost flight for a second there, and I felt like I was gonna die in lava. Gotta remind myself sometimes where I am. I think here might be okay to go with netherite mining. I'm saying that on camera, just in case I happen to die or get lost or something, so I at least have some reference as to how to get back. So I think all I have to do now is make a very long tunnel, and then I believe place some TNT, but every 2 I make a gap and then place more and more. I think that's how I do it. As you can see, I don't really do this TNT netherite mining too often. Like, I don't really know the proper techniques. But I guess we're about to find out if I did this right or not. So all we gotta do is light this, back up just a little bit. Do I place a block? Well, I don't have any blocks now. It's too late. And is this good? Well, it's already looking good. We already have some debris there, but okay. Looks like the 2 block gap thing is a little bit too far. So maybe we gotta alternate just a little bit, but so far the first little TNT blast doing pretty good. But let's continue the train of TNT and see how much more we can get. Oh, and there's even more there. Okay, this is a really good haul right here. Like, and again, TNT stopped, but so far, again, this is working out to be pretty good. And so from about 20 TNT which we managed to place, we got 14 ancient debris, which is almost a 1-to-1 for a TNT, which is kind of surprising. You know, I know the TNT mining method is way more expensive, but it does give a much better outcomes than the med mining trick. But obviously, we are far from done because we still have 5.5 stacks of TNT left. So if the trend continues, and we should have maybe around about 5 stacks of ancient debris when we're done. Well, there's no debris yet, but you know what? We still have lots and lots more TNT to go. Kind of starting to think I was just a little bit lucky the first time, because after about another 34, I'm only at 24 debris. So maybe I'm not gonna get as much of debris as I wanted, but you know what? I'm still gonna try. I'm still gonna be optimistic, and I'm still gonna get it as much as I could possibly get. After I managed to use all 5.5 stacks of TNT, I managed to get this much, about a stack and 46. And again, even though I do enjoy the TNT method a little bit, I still think I'll use the bed method because it's at least way cheaper. But yeah, if we fly down this tunnel, we can see that it is very long. And yeah. I don't think I'll be coming back here too often anymore, because you can see it just keeps going on and on, and maybe I could do another stretch of this, but then again, it's probably not too important to do it in the exact same place. And now that we have all the debris smelted up, we can craft ourselves 28 ingots, which isn't too bad, because now we can make 3 more netherite blocks. I still don't think 13 netherite blocks is going to be quite enough to regain my title as the netherite king, but it is one little step closer in the right direction. So I'm going to have to do so much more netherite mining, and oh, we can make a whole netherite block. I didn't even know that. So still, even with 14 netherite blocks, still don't think it's going to be quite enough. So I am going to have to do even more outside of video, but still on the right direction. But now I think it's time we work on the second big part of this Cosmic of the Season thing, which is emerald gathering. And I've never really properly done this before, where I just sit down and gather a whole bunch of emeralds, but I guess I could give it a go. Oh, by the way, the reason I'm cutting down all the sugarcane is to get a paper to trade with villagers, because if you remember, we have a village trader all the way back around the starter base and things like that, so I guess this might be the best thing we could do. I don't know. I don't really have any farms or anything to properly trade with villagers, so I guess this will have to do. And obviously the paper trade isn't the only trade, so I guess while we're here we can look around and see if there's any other types of trades we can get in bulk supply of. So many stonks. Oh, and also I can mend my tools with this trick, so maybe I gotta come over here a little bit more often. Alright, so we got a stack and 5 of emeralds from the paper trade, but let's look around and see if there's any other types of things we could trade for. Ooh, I think the Fletcher's gonna be my best friend. Sticks for emeralds, that's like the easiest trade in the world. All we gotta do is like chop down a spruce tree, and then we have like a bajillion emeralds. All the sticks I get from cutting down those trees actually have some use now. And I also saw a berry bush trade, which should actually be a pretty easy one to do. And I did pretty much the same thing for a couple hours, going around gathering up a whole bunch of things and trading with villagers. And when I say a couple hours, I probably mean a lot longer than that. These few stacks I have right here, like you can probably believe I got that in about a couple hours, but this right here that I have inside the shulker box took me such a long time. Yeah, we basically have about a shulker box and a bit of emeralds, which is like crazy, and this took me like unbelievably lengths of time, but I am so glad that we managed to get this much. And you know, this is very inefficient having them all in just normal emeralds, so let's turn them into emerald blocks. And if I'm not leading the race in terms of emeralds, I'm probably very close with this amount of emeralds right here. And I just thought, this is actually more than enough to make myself a beacon base, which will come in very handy on the next thing we are going to work on, and that is most diamonds collected. Now again, I don't think we need to work on this too incredibly long, because we do have a whole bunch of shops like getting me basically all the diamonds I'm going to need. And oh, it looks like we even have some in here too. Okay, well that's a pretty handy thing to have, but I do think we should do at least a a little bit of diamond mining, just to get us ahead a little bit more. I wonder if he spotted me yet. He probably has. He hasn't. Ooh, what do we do? I wonder if that'll get his attention. Not quite, not yet. Interesting. Yep. Hello. I'm getting, like, very distracted right now. I gotta stay on point, and the place I think we should mine in is in our racetrack. Now, I have come back here every now and then, doing a little bit of mining here and there, but I really think we should, do our diamond mining right here. You know, getting two things done at once. I think I call it, two birds with one stone, that old saying, and I figured, yep, might as well do it again here. Now that we have our beacon powers back, let's get to mining. Actually, I think before we do any full-blown mining yet, we should really mark out the next part of the track, because again, this is going to be a racetrack, and yes, it is taking a very long time to mine it out. College work and stuff is taking a lot of time out of my normal day, but hopefully we can eventually get this thing done. And now that we have an outline laid out to as far as the beacon can reach, now we can actually properly start mining out. Oh, by the way, when marking out the area, I did find 8 diamond ore already, so we are already out to a pretty good start, so hopefully we could find at least a few more of these. Well, that could have gone better. My goal for mining out this one area was to get at least around about a stack of diamonds, and I kind of did that. I almost managed to get there, but I really don't think this is going to be quite enough to even get close to being in front of being the diamond miner gatherer whatever thing. But I will say though that at least we are still making progress on our racetrack course. So I guess I'll leave getting most of my diamonds from most of my shops. But there is one little thing or shop in which I could do to get a few extra little bits of diamonds, and that is of course at my Noteblock shop. And I've not been here in like what feels like forever, and honestly, I haven't made any Noteblock songs that often since I was here, but there's been one order that I got a very, very long time ago, and I have still yet to fill, and that is a Noteblock song for White Saber. So basically, a little while ago, White Saber asked me to make some song, or at least a part of a song called Always Running from Meta Runner, and I figured we'd make that for him today. Now, I can't remember if he paid or not. I think he did, but just in case, might as well build for him now, in the hopes that I get at least a few diamonds. But I guess first off, I should show you what this sounds like. So usually I would go into a creative world or a testing world just to build the Noteblock song, get an idea as to what it sounds like, and this is what it sounds like. Yeah, that little jingle bit from that one song, like the very, I guess, first 5 seconds, that is what we are going to be building. Now, I believe White Saber's base is somewhere this way. I believe it's like 9,000 blocks out or something like that, which isn't too much of a problem because we do have multiple ways on getting there. Much like this thing, which I have not been to or worked on in like forever, so maybe we ought to pop back here eventually and actually work on this thing again. And I've not really shown it off because it is so far away. I've not shown off his base too much yet, but here it is, and it's pretty okay, but it looks even better when we actually head ourselves inside of here. And yeah, he has basically an entire, I guess, cave system of a base, and oh, I could have sworn this was how you get in. Oh, I guess I'm not showing you his base today. But now we just need to find a good place on, oh, I was hoping so. Okay, thank you for answering me, White Saber. Thank you for letting me know. Now that we have the space cleared out, we can actually get to work on this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You don't really see me making Noteblock like in person, but I guess it's usually easier doing it on touchscreen because on PC you have to click every single time you wanted a tune, whereas with touch it just feels like you do it like so much quicker. But oh well, we can mix things up a little bit here and there. And there we go, the entire thing is completely done. I feel kind of bad putting this off for so long. I mean, it only took me about 10 minutes to put this together. White Saber asked this for like a month ago, like sorry White Saber. But at least it still sounds just as good. So I'm not exactly sure how he's gonna link it up to his door, because it is kind of on the edge of things, but at least I finally made it. And I almost feel like since it took me so long, I should pay him for waiting so long. Not really, but you get the point. And right now we've covered the majority of the cosmics of the season thing, but there is one more type of a cosmic of the season element I want to work on today, and that is of course best base builds. Now, as you can see, we do have a decent amount of a base done, and I think even in this unfinished state, we do have a shot of winning this one, but I feel like we should really put in even more time, try to work on this at least a little bit today, try and get a little bit more of this done, just so we don't fall behind, just so we don't not finish it this season. And what gets me even more excited is the fact that I found a slight workaround for my third-person time-lapse issue. So yeah, why don't we hop into a third-person time-lapse and work on the base for a little bit. A few hours of long, hard work later, we managed to build an extra few little rooms here and there, a whole bunch of floors and other types of things like that, such as this room, this hallway, part of this courtyard, which obviously isn't finished yet, but it's getting there. There's a room I was working up here, which obviously isn't done yet, but again, it's getting there. We have this stairway right here, we have this room right here, and the room that connects right into it right here. And ignore the fact that lighting placement is very, very messy right now. I will work on that eventually, but at least for right now, it is mob free. But still, even after all this work, I feel like the bigger our base gets, the harder of an impact we're going to have to make. But yeah, after doing that time lapse and stuff, I feel like incredibly motivated to get back to work on the base. Like, do maybe a mega episode or something like that eventually. We might have to do that in the next episode or two, so we can work more in this base. And if I'm honest, if I'm not going to win the best base build for the Cosmic of the Season thing, I'm going to at least try winning the most confusing base layout of this season. But I feel like after today, we've made a really good push of like trying to make sure we win at least one of those Cosmics of the Season thing. Will I win one of them? Will I win all of them? I don't know. We will have to wait and see when this season is over, which won't happen for at least a couple more months. But yeah, we've made some good efforts, we've made some good progress, and I'm excited to do even more progress in the future. But yeah, for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.